June Talbot-Disciple, a supervisor of high school math and science in Cohasset, Massachusetts, a Boston suburb, wrote comments on her Facebook wall that she thought could only be seen by 50 friends. She described students as germ bags, called parents arrogant and snobby, and said she was not looking forward to another year at school. After some parents read that, the superintendent asked her to resign, and joining us now exclusively is the now unemployed June Talbot-Disciple. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Such an interesting story, because you think you're in the absolute privacy of this group of, what, several dozen friends, right?
Yeah, it was about 50 friends and family members.
We are daily awash in stories and reports about people doing foolish things on social media and even in the broadcast media. Saying things, writing things, putting something out there that becomes indelible. It becomes part of history, and it will never go away. These all have the possibility of snapping back, ruining lives, careers, personal friendships, you name it. Hey, after all this time, certainly we've learned our lesson. Yes? No, we haven't, not in the least. At the moment, we are a society that has willingly allowed ourselves to be caught up in the media maelstrom that should be sending glaring and positive messages about our brand, our image, our reputation, leadership, the elements behind what I call the undefeated image. But too often we fail. You see, that CBS News report came from 2010, when someone well out of their 20s decided to use social media as a weapon to let off steam and insult somebody just because she could. And for that, she lost her job. One of countless individuals who've had the same thing happen to them in the many years since that event, writing incredibly hurtful, insulting, and yes, let's use the word, stupid things to make a point. See, it's a point that doesn't help anybody. Last of all, the person that believes it's no big deal. No one will read it. Hey, see, things I write are private. You see, I've heard all these excuses more times than I can count. And in the end, they are all just that, excuses for those who fail to do one simple thing. Think of the consequences. Let's solve that. Media intelligence remains one of the more sought-after speaking and teaching programs I offer. See, it's not media training. Tens of thousands of people offer that service, and for the most part, all they do is teach someone how to stand for an interview, how to speak into a microphone, how to not flinch during a question. Far from the in-depth knowledge a person needs to know about the media. Media intelligence is the only deep dive into broadcast and social media for business professionals, C-level executives, high school athletes, grocery store chain employees, law enforcement, medical professionals, lawyers, hey, you name it. This is the only consistent culture training that teaches you what the media wants from you, how to make the media work for you, whether it's the interview or marketing and PR, the traps of social media and how they can be avoided, the manner with which an entire career can be destroyed with one Facebook post, one Twitter post, one foolish public performance captured on video and then sprayed across YouTube. Every single day, people like that school teacher make foolish mistakes on social media. Every single day, people of importance allow themselves to be interviewed by local stations, broadcast networks, making mistakes that will come back to haunt them, playing right into the hands of what at many times are illegitimate media sources. Learn whom to trust. Learn the difference between what is real fake news and what is real journalism. Stop yourself from the social media post that will destroy your reputation, many times over and over. Refuse to allow the media in any form to dictate your future. Learn from one who's been there, right in the trenches, and will ensure what happened to that teacher and so many others does not happen to you. Media intelligence. This is part of the Undefeated Image series, inspiring you to never make such mistakes. Never let them see you sweat, and become part of those who understand what it's like to have an undefeated image.